A lot has changed with the new league year inching closer.
McMillan, do you think he's the right fit for the Saints, Chip?
I hope so. Tataroa McMillan should be able to get dropped in on any offense and be a great fit.
So, let's dive into a brand new 2025 first-round mock draft. Tennessee Titans, you're on the clock. Number 1, Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward. It's a coin flip between Ward and Penn State defensive end Abdul Carter here. But the Titans have several cornerstone players on defense and will find it awfully hard to pass up on a dazzling dual-threat QB who would quickly breathe new life into the franchise. Number 2, Cleveland Browns, Abdul Carter. Myles Garrett's trade request would make this an easy pick for the Browns. Get significant draft capital for the franchise star, then take a can't-miss pass-rushing talent to replace him anyway. Win-win. Number 3, New York Giants, Travis Hunter. Our early guess here is that the Giants will land a quarterback before the draft, which would erase the temptation to reach for Shedeur Sanders here. Instead, the Giants take Shedeur's Colorado teammate, who's arguably the best prospect in this class. Hunter would either form an unstoppable receiving tandem with Malik Neighbors, or become the new 5-star shutdown corner this team hasn't had in years. Number 4, Las Vegas Raiders, from New England Patriots, Shedeur Sanders. Projected trade alert! The Raiders acquired the number 4 pick from the Patriots in exchange for the number 6 and number 73 selections. With that pick, the Raiders complete their dream scenario of landing Shedeur Sanders. Fittingly, it's Tom Brady's old team that happily does business with the Raiders to make this move possible. Brady as a minority owner, Pete Carroll in charge as head coach, Sanders at QB? Oh yeah, that'll sell tickets alright. It is showtime in Sin City, baby. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars, Mason Graham. With plenty of roster needs, this could be a take-the-best-player available for rookie GM James Gladstone. Graham can single-handedly take over games as a ferocious run-stopper, and he'd form a scary good tandem alongside veteran star Josh Hines-Allen. Number 6, New England Patriots, from Las Vegas Raiders, Will Campbell. New Pats head coach Mike Vrabel was all about building in the trenches during his tenure with the Tennessee Titans. The Pats O-line was a mess a year ago, so it's hard to envision Vrabel and company passing on this can't-miss LSU offensive tackle if he's available when it's their time to pick. Number 7, New York Jets, Will Johnson. Jets fans probably want an offensive player here, but this would be a rare win for Gangrene if the prized Michigan corner was still on the board. Johnson might be the best cornerback prospect since Sauce Gardner, who's only the best shutdown guy in the league.
Love Coach Glenn and what he's done for Detroit, and I'm a Detroit guy, so it was great to see what he's done, and playing with Sauce would be cool. You know, the guy I grew up around too.
Number 8, Carolina Panthers, Tyler Warren. Carolina has plenty of needs here, but it's long overdue to bring in an established Pro Bowl caliber weapon for Bryce Young. Some are comparing the Penn State tight end to the legendary Rob Gronkowski. Even if Warren was only 60 to 70% of what Gronk brought to the table, that is a real game changer for Carolina's passing game.
Just check out my boy, Tyler Warren.
What a play!
Oh!
Man, he's special.
Number 9, New Orleans Saints, Tataroa McMillan. One could argue that no team has more weaknesses right now than New Orleans. But the hiring of head coach Kellen Moore means that they'll probably try to upgrade the offense for him. Pairing McMillan with the explosive, albeit off-injured, Chris Olave would be a pretty nice start. Throw in Alvin Kamara, and the 2025 outlook for New Orleans' offense suddenly looks very bright. Number 10, Chicago Bears, Kelvin Banks Jr. 2023 first-round pick Darnell Wright took a big step forward in year 1 of the Caleb Williams era. Add Texas Longhorns offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. to the mix, and Chicago could be set up at the bookends for Williams' prime years. Number 11, San Francisco 49ers, Josh Simmons. As great as Trent Williams has been on the West Coast, he's turning 37 and hasn't played a full season since 2013. Drafting and developing Josh Simmons to eventually succeed Williams seems like the ideal long-term play here. Number 12, Arizona Cardinals, from Dallas Cowboys, Jalen Walker. Projected trade alert! The Cardinals acquire the 12th overall pick from the Cowboys in exchange for the number 16 and number 144 selections. With that selection, the Cardinals front office jumps for joy with the selection of Georgia Bulldogs edge rusher Jalen Walker. Finally, for the first time since J.J. Watt's retirement, Arizona has a game changer on the defensive line. Number 13, Miami Dolphins, Kenneth Grant. If the Dolphins end up trading Tyreek Hill before the draft, don't be surprised if they target a wide receiver receiver here. For now, we're operating on the assumption that Hill stays in South Beach. With Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips both missing significant time over the last 2 years because of injuries, Miami should prioritize the D-line in the draft. Michigan defensive tackle Kenneth Grant is a menace in the trenches, who would solidify an already stout Miami run defense while improving their inconsistent pass rush. Number 14, Indianapolis Colts, Malachi Starks. We just keep coming back to Starks with the Colts. The Colts finished 26th against the pass in 2024 and feature 0 game changers in their secondary. Starks can change that on his own and give Indy a franchise cornerstone player for years to come. Number 15, Atlanta Falcons, Michael Williams. The Falcons might not know this, but they have needed explosive pass rushers for a while now. Taking Georgia edge rusher Michael Williams would provide Atlanta with instant help. A Williams-Grady Jarrett tandem could take the defense to another level and help the Falcons end an 8-year playoff drought. Number 16, Dallas Cowboys from Arizona Cardinals, Ashton Jeanty. We know Rico Dowdle rushed for over 1,000 yards, but Jeanty is a different form of running back. If anything else, new head coach Brian Schottenheimer could feature a heavy two-back system like what the Detroit Lions used with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. Prime Ezekiel Elliott was fun in Big D, but Jeanty would be even better. Number 17, Cincinnati Bengals, Mike Green. Trey Hendrickson led the NFL with 17.5 sacks in 2024, and the Bengals defense still sucked. What does that tell you? Well, in 2 words, help wanted. Hendrickson is a beast, but the Bengals defense could reemerge as a top 10 group if they added a pass rushing talent like Mike Green. Number 18, Pittsburgh Steelers from Seattle Seahawks, Luther Burden III. Projected trade alert! The Steelers acquire the number 18 pick from the Seahawks in exchange for the number 21 and number 122 picks. And with that pick, the Steelers get their new number 1 wide receiver in Luther Burden III. George Pickens is entering a contract year. Whoever Pittsburgh's QB is in 2025, they have got to get better pass catchers, and trading up for Burden fills that void. Number 19, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Nick Scorton. Death, taxes, and the Buccaneers using a first-round pick on a player in the trenches. The Bucs will always be a blitz-heavy team with Todd Bowles calling the shots, but they don't exactly have game changers after Vita Vea. Well, that changes with the hulking 6'4", 285-pound Texas A&M standout who mustered 15 total sacks over his last 2 years. Number 20, Denver Broncos, Colston Loveland. We don't think that there's a better and more realistic target for Denver in this spot than the Michigan tight end. The Broncos have to get another pass catcher for Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton, and, well, Sean Payton loves his tight ends. Loveland's championship pedigree and big game experience could help the up-and-coming Broncos further close the gap with top AFC dogs like the Chiefs and Bills. Number 21, Seattle Seahawks from Pittsburgh Steelers, Jahdae Barrett. Cornerback is not a need with Devin Witherspoon there, but Mike McDonald would have a golden opportunity here to build the new Legion of Boom in Seattle. Julian Love has developed into a stud at safety. Witherspoon is arguably a top 5 corner in the game. Barrett is a can't-miss defensive back in this class. Number 22, Los Angeles Chargers, James Pierce Jr. Khalil Mack seems poised to hit free agency, and cutting or trading Joey Bosa feels like a safe bet with a giant $36.471 million cap hit for 2025. So that means that the Bolts will need to bring in new faces on the defensive line. Tennessee's James Pierce Jr. has the boomer bust label, but the Chargers can trust a top-tier head coach like Jim Harbaugh to get the most out of a player with 17 sacks over his final 2 college seasons. Number 23, Green Bay Packers, Emeka Egbuka. The Packers haven't used a first-round pick on a wide receiver since Javon Walker in 2002. Running back Josh Jacobs has called for the team to bring in a number 1 receiver. No more excuses for GM Brian Gutekunst. Relying on a bunch of C-plus level pass catchers has not gotten these guys anywhere. Put Egbuka on this offense and move Jaden Reed to a better-suited WR2 role. Number 24, Minnesota Vikings, Tyler Booker. The Vikings have arguably the league's best bookend tandem in Brian O'Neill and Christian Darrisaw. But the interior O-line was exposed by top opponents like the Detroit Lions and Los Angeles Rams. So getting Alabama's Tyler Booker would be a coup for many. We know J.J. McCarthy would be spoiled with a Booker, Darrisaw, O'Neill trio blocking for him in front. Number 25, Houston Texans, Armand Membu. Membu can play guard or tackle. The Texans have needs at both, so D'Amico Ryans could have options on how to best utilize him. Oh, and his run blocking skills would be embraced by Joe Mixon in the ground game as well. Number 26, Los Angeles Rams, Benjamin Morrison. The Rams are still searching for an elite shutdown corner since trading Jalen Ramsey to Miami 2 years ago. Adding a bona fide lockdown corner like Morrison could push this defense into top 5 territory. Number 27, Baltimore Ravens. Walter Nolan. Ole Miss standout Walter Nolan has the combination of size and speed to generate constant pressure up the middle and open up holes for his rushers off the edge. Number 28, Kansas City Chiefs from Detroit Lions. Matthew Golden. Another projected trade. The Chiefs acquire the number 28 selection from the Detroit Lions in exchange for the number 31 pick and a 2026 fourth-round pick. The Chiefs have 4 notable pending free agent wideouts in DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, and McCole Hardman. With Travis Kelce nearing retirement, this feels like a good time for KC to add another big-time playmaker weapon that can stretch the field for Patrick Mahomes. Number 29, Washington Commanders, Jahad Campbell. Dan Quinn, who's had the honors of coaching stud linebackers like Bobby Wagner and Micah Parsons, will absolutely love Campbell's game and swagger. Number 30, Buffalo Bills, Derek Harmon. Oregon's Derek Harmon can play in the interior or off the edge. If it's the former, imagine he and Ed Oliver as a defensive tackle tandem. Number 31, Detroit Lions from Kansas City Chiefs, Shamar Stewart. Aiden Hutchinson has cemented himself as one of the game's best pass rushers. But as we saw when he went down with a season-ending leg injury, the Lions lack difference makers after him. That can change here with the Shamar Stewart selection. Number 32, Philadelphia Eagles, Josh Connerly Jr. The defending champions have 0 clear-cut weaknesses, but veteran offensive tackle Lane Johnson has hinted at retirement in the not-so-distant future. So hey, how about grooming his successor here? But which 2025 NFL Draft prospect do you hope your favorite team will land? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.